when you stop using alcohol, it can be like you're creating a brand new beginning for yourself. I mean, it is. It's like you've turned over a new chapter in a book and you're starting again. You get that opportunity to start afresh. You stand on the threshold of everything that is possible in your life, right? Of all your future potential. It's the potential for living the best possible version of your life, the potential for creating the best possible version of yourself. I mean, that's how I felt when I started out. I originally wanted to be the best possible dad that I could be. That was my my initial craving, if you like. That was my initial goal, was just to improve what I felt myself, what I thought about myself as a dad. But I knew there was more potential there, and you have to look at that. But the potential is only what can be, right? It's not what is, right? It's only what might happen in the coming months and years ahead. It's not what is actually going to happen. The biggest mistake that I see when people stop drinking alcohol is they look at stopping drinking alcohol as the end result. That all they have to do is to stop drinking, and that's it. They don't have to do anything else. And it's a fundamental starting point. It's a fundamental building block. You know, you can't move forwards unless you do this, because everything that you do is going to be that one step forwards, two steps back mentality, right? And you don't want that to happen, right? So quitting drinking alcohol is going to be that fundamental building block to moving forwards. But as far as anything else is concerned, it's the start of the process. It's the start of the work. That's why I always say, look, quitting drinking alcohol is the simplest part of what you're going to do, because there's only two choices. You either put it into your mouth or you don't, right? The habit, breaking the habit, is a bit more difficult. It's a bit more time consuming. You have to put in more effort to that. But it's nothing to do with the alcohol. It's these are the parts of yourself, the processes that have been built up in your life, the sequences, the rituals that have been built up over the years, that you've got to break down and replace, if you get what I mean. So that's a more difficult part. It's what we call the transition period. So we've got the preparation stage at the beginning, which just prepares you to stop drinking and to go into that stage of preparation. Our transition stage in Habits Unplugged is 6 months long. And that's going from the time when you stop putting the alcohol into your mouth up until the time when most people are ready to start really transforming themselves. And once they get to that stage of transformation, then the real magic happens. Then it's when you really start to gather speed in your life, and you start to pull yourself away from the alcohol, and you really get to that stage where you never think about drinking again. But in that transition phase, so we split it up into three separate stages. We've got early transition, mid transition, and late transition. And the early transition is always going to be about disengaging yourself from your old drinking behavior, from your old drinker's mind, and trying to unravel and unpick all the little detailed parts of your particular habit. And it's something that I can teach you the generalized stuff. You know, I teach people how to do it in general, but you're always going to have a very specific, everyone has a very specific area, you know, different areas that they have to touch on. So some of the stuff that I teach, you might not need. Other stuff you're going to need, you know, so we just work like that. But like I say, this video is all about the potential that is available to you, and you're not going to get to that potential if you're not willing to put in the work on yourself. You know, what was that hair advert? It says, "Are you worth it?" You know, I'm worth it. Well, you know, this is a hair product. Fuck's sake. You know, are you worth not poisoning yourself anymore? Are you worth putting the effort in to build your own life? You know, this is the real questions that you have to ask yourself. So, you know, responsibility is one of the keys to this. You know, you being responsible for the stuff that you're doing, being responsible for everything in your life. Committing is another key to this, you know, to unlocking your potential. So there's a lot of moving parts to this, but it won't start until you start the process off, and you start the process off by stopping drinking alcohol. So listen, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Habits Unplugged. We help people to stop drinking alcohol and to build a better version of themselves. There's a link down below if you want to try Habits Unplugged. It's only $1 for 7 days. Give it a go and see what you think of it. I guarantee you that you're going to learn some stuff there. Take care of yourself, and I will speak to you again soon. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.